Hey there, night dwellers. Join the Phantom Troupe for a serene escape into dreamland with enchanting sleep stories. Let the calming tales transport you to a world of peaceful slumber and restful nights.
Hey there, earthly adventurers. I'm Gabriel, your guide through the uncharted territories of mystery and ancient wonders right here on our home planet. It's a pleasure to have you on this journey with me. Tonight, we're diving into a thrilling exploration that intertwines tales of extraterrestrial intrigue and the enigmatic secrets of ancient civilizations. Before we immerse ourselves in this captivating narrative, take a moment to release the weight of the day's events. Inhale deeply, allowing the earthly concerns to fade away. Exhale, embracing the comforting calm that surrounds you. As we embark on this mysterious tale set on our own planet, picture yourself on the edge of anticipation, eager to unravel the secrets that Earth holds. The story we're about to unfold draws inspiration from real-life mysteries and unsolved legends, creating a tapestry of intrigue that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Feel the tension in your muscles dissipate with each breath. With the day behind you and a sense of relaxation setting in, let the excitement of Earth's unknown mysteries heighten your senses. Together, we'll navigate through the twists and turns of this suspenseful narrative right here on our home turf. Now, as the world around you fades away and the mystery unfolds on Earth, allow the soothing rhythm of my voice to guide you into a tranquil state. Stay tuned as we step into the mysterious unknown, where every moment holds the promise of revelation, right here on our familiar yet mysterious planet. The history of UFO sightings is rich with stories of strange objects in the sky, close encounters, and government cover-ups. From the famous Roswell incident to the more contemporary sightings investigated by government task forces, the study of unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs, has intrigued and puzzled both the public and scientific communities. Among these stories is a little-known case that predates the famed Roswell crash by 2 years. This is the Trinity UFO Case, which allegedly took place near the Trinity atomic bomb test site in New Mexico in 1945, just weeks after the world's first nuclear explosion. Although it hasn't received the same level of attention as Roswell or other famous UFO incidents, the Trinity UFO Case has sparked significant debate among UFO researchers, historians, and skeptics. The case is remarkable not only because of its proximity in time and space to the dawn of the atomic age, but also due to the striking accounts of 2 young witnesses who, decades later, would come forward with a story of extraterrestrial encounter. In this deep exploration of the Trinity UFO Case, we will look at the historical context, the main witnesses, and the theories that have arisen in its wake. We will also examine the skepticism surrounding the case and its place in the broader field of UFO research. To fully appreciate the potential significance of the Trinity UFO Case, it's important to understand the historical moment in which it allegedly took place. On July 16, 1945, the United States conducted the world's first successful test of an atomic bomb, codenamed Trinity. This test took place in the remote Jornada del Muerto desert of New Mexico, near the Alamogordo bombing range. The event was a critical moment in human history, marking the beginning of the nuclear age and leading directly to the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, just weeks later. The Trinity explosion was a key part of the Manhattan Project, the top-secret U.S. initiative to develop nuclear weapons. The test site was highly classified, and the project itself was shrouded in secrecy. At the time, few people outside of military and scientific circles were aware of the profound implications of this new technology. However, in the years and decades that followed, the development and use of nuclear weapons would become one of the most pivotal and controversial issues in modern history. The significance of the Trinity test is crucial when considering the Trinity UFO case. Many UFO researchers have speculated that the appearance of unidentified flying objects may be linked to humanity's development of nuclear technology. Some have even suggested that extraterrestrial visitors are monitoring human activities, particularly those related to atomic energy and weapons. Whether one subscribes to this theory or not, the proximity of the alleged UFO crash to the site of the first nuclear explosion adds a layer of intrigue to the story. The Trinity UFO case revolves around the testimony of two primary witnesses, Jose Padilla and Reme Baca, who were just 9 and 7 years old, respectively, at the time of the incident. According to their accounts, the events took place in late August 1945, when the boys were out on a ranch in San Antonio, New Mexico. The ranch was owned by Padilla's family, and both boys were familiar with the land. As the story goes, Padilla and Baca were inspecting the aftermath of a thunderstorm that had recently passed through the area when they noticed something unusual. In the distance, they saw a large, strange object that had crashed into the desert. Curious, the boys approached the site and discovered an avocado-shaped craft, metallic in appearance, with a large gash or opening along its side. What the boys saw next would stay with them for the rest of their lives. Near the wreckage, they observed several small humanoid beings, about 3 to 4 feet tall. These beings, according to the witnesses, had large heads and eyes, but were otherwise unremarkable in their features. The boys claimed the creatures were moving around the crash site in an apparent state of confusion or distress. Padilla and Baca later recounted that they watched the scene for some time before deciding to return home. They reportedly kept the incident a secret for many years, fearing they wouldn't be believed. However, they later told their story to family members and eventually to UFO researchers. In the decades that followed, Padilla and Baca stuck to their account, maintaining that what they had witnessed was not of this world. As adults, they would go on to share their story more publicly, attracting the attention of prominent UFO investigators like Jacques Vallée and Paola Harris. Their testimony forms the backbone of the Trinity UFO case, and while skeptics have raised questions about the reliability of their memories after so many years, the consistency of their accounts has impressed some researchers. According to Padilla and Baca, the UFO crash occurred in the late summer of 1945, just weeks after the first atomic bomb test. The exact date of the incident remains somewhat unclear, but it is generally placed in August of that year. The crash site was on a ranch in San Antonio, New Mexico, not far from the Trinity test site. The boys described the craft as being about 25 to 30 feet long, metallic, and shaped like an avocado. It had no visible windows or doors, but there was a large opening or gash along its side, possibly caused by the crash. The beings they saw near the craft were small, standing about 3 to 4 feet tall, with large heads and eyes. The boys did not describe the creatures as menacing or threatening. Instead, they appeared to be confused or injured. Padilla and Baca claimed that after observing the scene for a while, they left the area and returned home. They did not immediately report the incident to anyone outside their families, perhaps due to fear or confusion about what they had witnessed. In the days following the crash, military personnel allegedly arrived at the site and secured the area. According to the witnesses, the military recovered the craft, although no official records of such an operation have ever surfaced. The boys later reported seeing soldiers and trucks at the crash site, suggesting that the U.S. government was aware of the incident and took steps to cover it up. Unlike the Roswell incident, which quickly became a cause célèbre in UFO circles and a focal point of media coverage, the Trinity UFO case remained obscure for many years. There are several reasons for this, including the fact that the witnesses were young children at the time and did not share their story widely until they were much older. Padilla and Baca's account began to gain more attention in the 1990s and early 2000s as UFO researchers began to investigate lesser-known cases from the mid-20th century. Jacques Vallée, a prominent figure in UFO studies, and Paola Harris, an investigative journalist, took a particular interest in the Trinity UFO case and sought to uncover more details. Their research culminated in the 2021 book, Trinity: The Best Kept Secret, which brought the case into the spotlight for a new generation of UFO enthusiasts. Despite this renewed attention, the Trinity UFO case has not achieved the same level of fame as Roswell or other high-profile UFO incidents. Some have suggested that the case's relative obscurity is due to the lack of physical evidence or official documentation, while others believe that the story's origins with two young children may have made it less credible in the eyes of the public. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Trinity UFO case is its proximity to the Trinity atomic bomb test. The connection between UFO sightings and nuclear technology has long been a topic of interest among researchers. Some theorists propose that extraterrestrial visitors may be monitoring humanity's development of nuclear weapons, viewing such activities as a potential threat or as a marker of technological advancement. Several UFO incidents, including the famous 1967 Malmstrom Air Force Base sighting in Montana, where nuclear missiles reportedly malfunctioned in the presence of a UFO, have fueled speculation that there is a link between UFOs and nuclear sites. In the case of the Trinity incident, the fact that the crash allegedly occurred just weeks after the first successful nuclear test has led some to wonder whether extraterrestrial beings were observing or reacting to humanity's entry into the atomic age. This theory is further supported by the timing of other significant UFO sightings. The Roswell incident, for example, took place in 1947, just 2 years after the end of World War II, and at the beginning of the Cold War era, when nuclear weapons were becoming a central issue in global geopolitics. If extraterrestrial visitors are indeed monitoring Earth, it's plausible that they would be particularly interested in events related to nuclear technology. While this theory remains speculative, the Trinity UFO case fits within a broader pattern of UFO sightings near nuclear facilities or following significant nuclear events. Whether or not there is a direct connection remains a matter of debate, but the timing and location of the incident certainly add an element of mystery. As with any UFO case, the Trinity UFO case has its share of skeptics. One of the main points of contention is the lack of physical evidence or official documentation. Despite the witnesses' claims that the military recovered the craft, no records of such an operation have ever surfaced, and there are no known photographs or other physical artifacts from the crash site. Additionally, the fact that the witnesses were children at the time has led some to question the reliability of their memories. While Padilla and Baca have consistently stuck to their story over the years, skeptics argue that memories can fade or become distorted over time, especially when the original event occurred during childhood. It's also possible that the boys' account was influenced by their exposure to popular UFO narratives in the years following the Roswell incident. Another point of skepticism concerns the role of researchers like Jacques Vallée and Paola Harris, who have been criticized by some for promoting the case without sufficient corroborating evidence. While Vallée and Harris have conducted extensive interviews and research, critics argue that their conclusions rely too heavily on anecdotal testimony rather than hard facts. Despite these criticisms, the Trinity UFO case continues to intrigue those who believe in the possibility of extraterrestrial visitation. The consistency of the witnesses' accounts, combined with the case's proximity to the Trinity test site, has kept the story alive in UFO research circles, even if it remains largely unknown to the general public. The Trinity UFO case is a fascinating but underappreciated chapter in the history of UFO sightings. While it lacks the mainstream recognition of the Roswell incident, its connection to the first atomic bomb test and the detailed testimony of its witnesses make it a case worth studying. For those who believe in the possibility of extraterrestrial life, the Trinity UFO case offers tantalizing hints of a deeper relationship between UFOs and humanity's development of nuclear technology. Whether or not the incident represents an actual extraterrestrial encounter, it has contributed to the ongoing debate about the nature of UFO sightings and the possibility of government cover-ups. As with many UFO cases, the Trinity UFO case raises more questions than it answers. But in a field where mystery often reigns supreme, This forgotten incident from 1945 stands as a reminder that the history of UFO sightings is far more complex and far-reaching than many people realize.